things I did, when I came out of surgery, because of course when I came out of surgery, I was 72 pounds. Wet and wearing boots. 72 pounds. And so every time people would see me, they'd be like, oh, you look sick. You look sick. And guess what? I kept on hearing that so much, I started to believe it. I started to believe it. And so I had to shift the paradigm of my thinking. And so people say, well, Seneca, how do you do that? Well, I had to do a couple of things. Number one of the things that helped me was meditation. Just sitting quietly, releasing all of those things from my mind. Meditating on the goodness of God. Not even asking Him for anything. Just meditating on where I was. Just being present in the moment. And just meditating on God. Another thing I had to do was affirmations. Because guess what? I would get in that mirror. And the mirror told me, you 72 pounds. But I had to tell the mirror something else. I used to have to say, Shotina, you got it going on, girl. I look myself in that mirror every day and I say, you are healthy. You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. Okay? You're going to get through this. This is only temporary. Smile. Clean yourself up. You ain't got to look like what you've been going through. You know? So I had to speak those words of empowerment over myself. Like David, I had to encourage myself in the Lord. I had to encourage myself. I would do visualizations. I visualized where I wanted to be. Even though my present state said something totally different, I thought about it so much that I started to believe it. And then I looked up and then the weight started to come. And my health started to improve. Because I had to shift the paradigm of my own thinking. I had to change the people who were around me. The ones who were always, girl, you look a mess, you look horrible, what's wrong with you? You sick, something wrong, you got a disease, what's going on? I had to get rid of those people. And some, guess what? They don't mean no harm. They just don't know no better. It's okay. They just don't know no better. But you have to put yourself in situations where you're growing. You're growing. Because anything that's not growing is dying. And see, the problem is we get stuck. We get stuck in these situations and we don't know how to move forward. Every time I think about being stuck, I think about the man who was invalid for 38 years. Y'all know the book of John, right? Okay? Said the man was invalid for 38 years. And here Jesus comes and he's sitting by the pool of Bethesda that was believed that if you get in the water, the first one who was in the water will be healed. Right? So Jesus sees the man and said, well, sir, do you want to get well? Right. Now, most people would think, right, Jesus knows all. He knows the man's situation. Why he going to ask such a silly question like that? Because guess what? I want to know, do you really want it? Absolutely. Do you want your situation to change? Yeah. Do you want to come out of this? Woo! It's a valid question. Because guess what? We have so much dysfunction. And then guess what? We go to church and we hook up with other dysfunctional people because they know we're going to co-sign. And they don't co-sign our dysfunction. And guess what? We don't feel so bad now because everybody a hot mess. Everybody a hot mess, so we good. We like, she raggedy, I'm ready, I'm good. I'm good. And we don't want to change that situation. So when God asked the man, do you want to be made well? He wanted to know his intentions. He wanted to know what was really in his heart. Because some of us won't change, but we're not ready to take action, Josie.
Some people don't want
it. Okay? Absolutely. And some people don't want it. They like the idea of change. It sounds good.
It's scary.
But I'm comfortable right here. I'm comfortable right here. So when Jesus said, take up your mat and walk, that mat represents a place where we get so comfortable. A place where we're supposed to be uncomfortable. He said, take up your mat and walk because he didn't want that man going back to that comfortable, dysfunctional place. Comfortable and dysfunctional. So in order for us to move forward and get out of these comfortable dysfunctional places. First of all, the man had to change his surroundings, right? Because he looking at everybody else and they dysfunctional. And he waiting on dysfunctional people to get him in the water. They can't do it. They just broke as you are.
Exactly.
If I'm broke and you broke, how? What the hell we gonna talk about? Investments and money and how to get it.
If it's too much, are y'all okay? I'm sorry. Are y'all okay? Is the audience okay? Is it too much? Is it too much?
You got to go. Because if I can't help you, you can't help me in my situation, then we're no good to each other. You want to be around people who constantly elevate you, who constantly bump you. It should be a mutually beneficial relationship. So if I had to say how I got out of it, meditation, affirmation, visualization, and changing my environment. Because this is what, look, I grew up in Sunnyside, Houston, Texas. Okay? I mean, I grew up in... I grew up around killings and drugs and murderers and baby mamas and dope dealers and all that. But I said, this ain't gonna be my life. This ain't gonna be my life. I got too much going on for this.
Real talk. Okay.
That wasn't gonna be my life. So I made a conscious decision to graduate number 7 in my class out of 400 Worthing High School. I made a decision to go to Tuskegee University and graduated with a bachelor's of biology. Okay, bachelor's of science in biology. I made a decision to go on to get my master's in information systems. And guess what? When I was in high school and the doctor told me you need to drop out of school because you won't keep up with the rest of the students, I made a 4.0 that semester. Class delirious, pumped up on drugs, and broken ribs. I was there. And I made a 4.0 that semester. And that's why I decided to pursue my doctorate, because guess what? Nobody can stop me but me. That's how I got it.